dog. It's a blossoming romance. She mentions this in her diary that he often looks at her and makes it look like an accident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do a really good job in this first issue of establishing the relationships between all the characters. So we see how James interacts with everybody, how Dog interacts with everybody, Rose, James's dad, James's grandfather, Dog's father. They all interact with everybody, and you get, like, what their relationship is.
Yeah, it's just done perfectly. This is just great writing, great storytelling, great grafting, I guess, of just these just fun story. And all the while, like, this estate is almost a character in the book, because it's just so big, and it's
on the
almost
top of the hill.
It's like in all the panels, you see it right there in the background, always there.
Yeah, that's a good point. In all the windows, it's up on the top of the hill, and so then, like, it's the rich people on the hill versus the poor people in the bottom.
And then there's this there's a quick aside where Dog's drunken dad, Logan, who looks very much like the traditional Logan we know.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think his beard looks like Wolverine's?
Yeah, he's Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the cigar real short towards his, and he's drinking, and
he's not as nice as I don't know, I guess, like, the movie star Logan, the Logan that we've read in Old Man Logan and other Wolverines. He's gruff, but he's also tender-hearted. Kind.
Tender-hearted sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
This one does not seem that way.
No, he's breaking his son's Christmas toy.
Yeah.
And then making him sit on the roof in the winter afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mean stuff.
Yeah. But, okay, the one thing I was disappointed in was I wanted a hook at the end.
It's not there, is it?
It's not there. I was thinking at the end of this first issue, we'd get some kind of, like, his dad would beat him, and you'd see, like, a little bit of regeneration or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I don't even feel like the next issue is going to reveal Wolverine as we know him.
Yeah, that's the end of the issue.
Like, I don't feel like it's around the corner. Like, I'm going to open up the beginning of the next issue, and Wolverine's going to have a superpower. Like, it could be all the way to the third, fourth issue before that happens.
I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to do a prediction, because I feel like I know I'm going to finish reading this. James, are you going to keep reading?
Oh, yeah. Especially because it's only 6.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to see. I predict that he pops his claws in the second issue.
Yeah.
And the art's going to change. I haven't forwarded. I haven't gone past the 26 pages. And I suspect that they can do anything with this. This came out in 2012, so continuity, origin, story, you can have a million origin stories for Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have a run-in with some sort of wolfy animal, or like a near-death experience where he meets a witch and she turns him into the Wolverine. Okay, I've never heard that story. I want to see that story because it's olden times.
It is olden times, and
maybe
so that it's not going to be like radioactive something, or
hit by lightning.
hit by lightning could be. But yeah, something to transform him from dog to Wolverine.
Yeah, I want to know what it's going to be. Tune in for the further adventures.
So then, do you think his dad has any superpowers?
Oh,
or any of these other characters? Do you think Rose might have some powers, or James might have some powers?
Yeah. The sky's the limit. I would love to see.
Because to me, I'm like, Rose is the main character. I bet while we're thinking about Wolverine, she's really the one who's got some kind of crazy power. Like she could have some kind of psychic ability where she like how they hinted that she knows when he's looking at her window, even though he pretends he hides it well.
Neat.
Maybe
Yes.
she has some kind of something. And then James, with his, like, he's so frail, maybe he's like a Professor X kind of character where all of a sudden he's going to have to be in a wheelchair, but his mind is crazy strong or something like that.
Oh, I love
That's
all
what I
of
would
these
like.
places that you're going. Yeah, I want to read that book,
Yeah,
and maybe we will.
it may be me grasping at straws because they give such small hints. And usually I'm complaining that people hit me over the head, but it's almost like I want a little bit more hook here.
Yeah, this first issue was just an establishment. It's just establishing characters and really making them solidified. These are these like fun-loving rich dad, cranky old grandpa, sullen dog after but he also has a jovial side to him when they're swimming in the pool. I love it.
Yeah. Well, so, Larry, do you think that pretty much everybody who reads this comic knows who Wolverine Origin is?
Yes.
It would be weird to read without knowing who. You're just like, I'm going to pick up a random comic. Wolverine Origins. Oh, I wonder what it's about. Like, it would be fun, but it wouldn't really have that element that I have in the back of my mind of when is it going to show up?
When is it going to show up? Yeah, wouldn't that blow your mind though? Like I remember watching Game of Thrones and spoiler alert, when those dragon eggs popped open, I was like, "Oh my god. This is the sci-fi thing."
That's yeah. All of a sudden it's it's fantasy instead of, historical fiction.
Exactly. So that's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. But you're right. If you read this and you were just like, "Oh, what's this Wolverine?" Why does the cover would definitely kind of give you the chills if you spent too much time looking at the cover, which is the claw, like the bone claws popping out of his hands, and so maybe that would be enough to intriguing. Maybe you would think because of this Victorian setting, you would maybe think it was a monster in the woods type story.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, maybe, and it kind of is. Maybe maybe that's what it is. Is there's a werewolf type thing in the woods, and it bites them.
There you go. It could happen. All right, so we'll definitely. Well, we're not going to spoil it for you. We want you to read. Maybe this is the first issue of your next favorite comic. That's
maybe
what we're doing
is.
here. And
so Larry, how'd you rank it?
I put it at number 3.
Wow.
And I have to say, I only tonight, James, finally figured out. Well, I don't even know if I figured it out yet. The Google Docs.
Oh yeah.
I'm terrible with iPhones and stuff, and I saw your list, and
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, "Oh my god, it's amazing! It's so well done."
Oh, thanks. I need to fill in all the artist names, but it is nice to be able to go back to.
Yeah, it looks so good. I looked through the entire doc, and I was like, "Ooh, mine's just going to be a straight list," and I don't think I'm going to share it with you because I'll be too embarrassed. I'll be like, oh, this. But now, when you a quick aside, when you flip flop, so like my number 3 is taking the spot of. I'd have to look at my list now as to what it's going to take. When you just punch it in, does it automatically change it?
Well, so I'll just put it out. Everything else moves down one.
All right, so you just slide it in there and everything moves down one.
Yep. So for this one, I gave Wolverine number 5 out of our 10 so far this season. So bumped All-Star Section 8 used to be number 5. Now it's number 6.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
Yep, very solid comic.
Very solid comic. I love this comic book. I love the art, and I just thought it was just fantastic. Written by Joe Quesada with art by Andy Kubert and shared artist Richard Eisenov. So check it out.
And then oh, never mind. I was going to say I think there's an artist for the cover, but I think that's for the arc, not for the issue cover.
Right. I recognize that artist as I'd have to go to the front page here to tell you that artist.
Yeah, that's all right.
I want to say It might be Eisenove. Richard Eisenove.
I really like the cover.
Yeah, those covers are the same covers that The Stand. And Gunslinger, the Stephen King books.
Nice.
Yeah, I recognize that artist. Right on. So a good comic, good pick, and I'm happy that Comixology is just dropping such good, solid comics like every week.
Right.
Comixology Unlimited. All right, so and they dropped a new one this week.
All right, what do we got on the docket?
Now I talked about this book probably a year and a half ago, and it was one of my recent indecents. It's Star Trek Boldly Go. This is a new it's just like the reboot of the Star Trek movies.
Oh, interesting.
And this is Star Trek Next Generation. It's Star Trek Boldly Go. It's called Star Trek Boldly Go. It's written by Tony Shistine with art by it's written by Mike Johnson with art by Tony Shistine, and it's published by IDW, and it just dropped on Comixology Unlimited. So if you're a subscriber, you're going to read it, and you're going to come back next week and enjoy our fun conversation about characters that you love and know.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we're going to be back next week, and James is going to take us out.
You know, Larry, I almost don't even want to go. Let's just do another episode right now. Back to back.
Back to back.
I'd have to read the comic first, I guess. That doesn't work. But, you know, it makes me sad to say goodbye, but I'm happy that I have something that makes me sad to say goodbye.
Oh, so sweet. Hey, check us out on the web at sn1cbp.com and come back next week for episode 109, which we'll be talking about next week.
Soon.
All right, check you later.
Bye.
Bye.